subsequent pro speech, Sean's been asking me, so.
Are those notes for you? Those look like notes.
Also, a quick note. Hey, guys, quiet down. A quick note about when you guys are asking questions. Do not try and make a point. Do not try and argue with them in your question. Just say a simple question and get on with it, because you're impeding on the time, and that, you know, really, it's not really a rule, but it's kind of like Jay said, etiquette. Make your question clear and concise.
And don't add in a bunch of points.
Yeah. Jay. Bigger, you ready? Yes.
A lot of times when people ask long questions, the moderator just gets pissed off and slams his gavel and says, "Shut up, sit down."
Yeah.
So when you're asking questions, don't try to make a point. If you want to make a point, what you can do is do a subsequent speech and ask to do a part subsequent speech where you can split the time. Instead of doing 3 minutes subsequent, you can do 150, 150. Or if you're really scared, you can have a tactical subsequent speech.
And great.
I'm Britney, and I'm a sophomore, and I am for the legalization of abortion because I strongly believe that is the woman's choice on whether to have an abortion or not. Now, to clarify my position on this, we must first define when life begins. Well, some might argue that the heart starts to beat, and that is known as when life begins. But it is an also known fact that the fetus cannot survive on its own prior to the 23rd week after conception. This is according to the 2008 National Vital Statistics Report. So the real question is, what is the definition of life? Well, life is a self-sustaining process, which means that you can survive on your own physically for a period of time, whether long or short. With that said, a woman must be able to make her own choice in regards to her own body, thus avoiding unwanted pregnancies due to rape, incest, teen sexual encounters, and other various uncontrolled situations. Yes, uncontrolled, which means that it was not their choice. Whether the condom busts, breaks, someone missed their pill, you know, the birth control pill, someone forgot to take it, it is uncontrolled. We make accidents, we are human, we make mistakes. So in 1973, Roe v. Wade, the U.S. Supreme Court made a landmark decision determining the 14th Amendment, granting a woman due process, and guaranteeing the right of choice. So with that said, I stand firmly behind the status quo of women's right of choice, and I am content with the current laws in regards to abortion. I yield my time to questions.
All right, next question. Great.
For your definition of life, if I have you've been injured in a car crash and take them off the ventilator and they die, are they not alive?
Well, if they're put on life support, is that really life? Because they're sitting there, they're laying there, right? They're a vegetable. Their brain.
That's my right.
Answer however you feel. Answer that's wrong.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We don't judge.
Just speak.
Alright. So yes, they're being like, their heart is being pumped by like a machine, right? But their brain is physically like it's not working anymore. So is that really life? I mean, they're vegetables. They're laying there.
Any other questions?
Though it is proven that a fetus brain is working, so would you consider that being life?
Well,
the brain is working.
Well, the fetus cannot survive on its own, though, prior to the 23rd week after conception. So even though the brain is still alive, or the brain is working, it cannot survive on its own. Therefore, it is not self-sustaining. It's not self-sustaining, which means that it cannot survive on its own for a period of time.
Yeah, how are you supposed to prove, say that there's an accident, how are you supposed to prove that, like the contrary, there's not like pictures or something?
Time. Motion to extend the speaker's time to answer the question. All in favor?
You want to kind of questions, or you can say you want kind of chair and completely knock that out.
Zishan.
It's loud.
Just be quiet.
Sean, let her talk.
Okay.
I'll address the question. I'll address the question. Khalil, what did you say? You would.
Alright, guys, now. Okay. Now, alright. Guys, settle down. Shut up! Now, Before you guys start jumping around saying, motion to send speaker's time, let her finish because you did interrupt the question. That was in the middle of it, okay? So, only when they have done, then they're done speaking, like if I'm looking for questions and the speaker's time elapsed, then you can make a motion. But if, like she was about to talk, it's just be polite, let them speak, okay? They can answer that question and then you can send them on their way or you can make a motion.
Especially at falsely, if you disrespect the moderator, they'll kick you out of the room. And
Yeah.
if you give your red card, you won't be able to come back inside.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all about respect, guys. Like, don't speak out of turn. Just, you know, let people do it. But if you really feel that this person needs to speak or you want to hear them speak more, make a motion just at the appropriate time frames. Now, the chair will now recognize another subsequent con speech. Sean is jumping out of the shoes. Name and crash. 3 minutes.
All right, my name is Nishan Abid, senior. Happy to be the president. Big deal. I'm kidding. Okay, so I mean, we've been talking a lot about the woman's choice, the woman's rights, destiny, the bad childhood of the upbringing of a child who has suffered from being the victim of a father who has raped his mother. What I think overall I hear is a bunch of babies, wussies, whiners that can't handle their own mistakes. The reason it's called a mistake is because we must learn from it. If we allow a pathway in which mistakes are granted and secure and there is no punishment from the crime that you possess, we'll be living in a deteriorating society. I base my source off Fyodor Dostoevsky, Crime and Punishment. That's his own social commentary. Basically, the human element works off of many different perspectives. For instance, when I cheat on a test, is what Matt would say, if I cheat on a test, I would have to pay the consequences. In this case, I cheated on God's test and I got a woman pregnant before marriage and now I can't handle it. Now my consequence would be having a baby. I don't care if I'm underage. The reason why I say all this is not just because I'm some religious freak or religious psycho. Now let's go back into destiny. Let's say you're not religious but you have somewhat faith that there is a destiny, there's karma, you know? Let's just talk about myself. I have a personal anecdote. My mother could not have a baby because she had a year difference between my sister and myself. The doctor had told my mother that her son was going to die or herself because one or the other, the body could not support. Either was the baby gone or the mother gone. In this case, my mother. The doctor said, it's 100% sure it's going to happen. Either the mom's gone or the baby's gone. So what my dad did, he said, well, it's destiny. Forget those 23-day periods where the heart's not beating yet, or let's just forget that 16 bullcrap about biology. I've taken biology, I've 5 in an AP biology test, but basically, the soul is there. There's destiny inside that soul. Once the sperm and the egg have met, there is a soul inside. Suppose you did not have that abortion, that kid could have became something. I mean, they said that I was supposed to be dead. They said that I wasn't supposed to be living. I'm not supposed to be breathing. Well, what happened, my mother is alive and I'm alive. And based off the statistics that I think are bullshit, I'm still breathing. I'm human evidence. There is destiny. We should not temper with destiny. Although there are cases for rape victims. The thing is, we should not, as a society, give them that option where girls that get drunk on a Friday night can have that option of getting abortions. But how about the people that get raped? Instead of morally supporting them, and we should be morally supporting them by saying that girls who get drunk should not have abortions. People that are rape victims. You know what? Why don't we create a system where we can support these babies? You know, you become pregnant, you give birth to the baby, and maybe some highball or big shot can raise up this baby if that's really a big deal. And that's basically my argument, and I'll really just yield the rest of my time to questions.
How much time? 3 minutes?
I didn't speak.
Subsequent speakers have 3 minutes.
Sorry.
2 minutes, okay. In the back. John, yeah.
You said we shouldn't allow abortions to girls who get drunk and then get pregnant from having unprotected sex. Is that because you think doing that is morally wrong? And if so, are we going to make abortion illegal and start legislating morality? Is that really what we're going to start doing in this country?
First off, I did not say anything was morally wrong. I did not bring my ethics into this debate. I lawfully said that we should be creating a faction of support because scientifically proven when someone goes through a traumatic traumatic instance, a human is the best cure for another human, therefore laughing. So if there's the support of another human being, suppose the girls that get drunk on Saturday night, don't have abortions, that live through it, and then can maybe morally support these women that are raped or that have other scenarios which they can't go through and are traumatized, then there's that moral support, which can help create a better society, which I believe. But I think it's not going to happen because we can't have euthanasia in this world because we're all stupid humans. Does that answer your question? No follow-up, sorry.
Any other questions? Oh, no follow-up. No follow-up.
Sorry.
This question is derived from your theory that people are cheating God's test by having an abortion. Hypothetically, a woman has an abortion because her husband's on military leave and she slips and falls in the shower, breaks her ankle, and she will die if she gives birth to this baby. She cries every night after she has that abortion, but wants to have another baby later. Did my mom cheat the test?
Wait, she fell and she... That's a miscarriage.
My question is, did my mother cheat the test by having an abortion before me because she would have died giving birth again?
Now, let's not confuse what I've been saying. I'm not saying it's a test that God has given us, because we have atheist people in the room also. What I'm trying to say is, it was a mistake. And granted, it was a mistake. Your mother did not commit a mistake. That was, she just fell. She didn't purposely take away a susceptible life and crush it with her own hands. Instead, what she had done, she had fallen. Versus other girls who get pregnant after drinking. I'm not stereotyping, but I'm just saying, suppose they do get pregnant. They actually made a choice. They had the choice to kill that baby or keep it alive, to sustain, go through one pregnancy, live 9 months of abort, whatever, what happens. But basically, there's a choice. I focus on the choice.
You said there needs to be a system where babies can be raised. There is that system. Foster and orphanages, is that the best life for those children?
Well, I had a discussion yesterday with foster and orphanages. I really don't like the system because I feel like, I mean, it can work, but I feel like it's off the subject of abortion, basically. Adoption centers, I think we should really put more emphasis on it. We should give more charity to adoption centers, because I know one of our own teachers, Mr. Whitson, he adopted a younger girl. I think that's the best way we can live our lives, but it's better than killing a baby. So if I'm basing the lifestyle of an adoption center off of if I should have an abortion or not, I don't think that's right, because who knows, that kid might be the next president of the United States. I can't say. He might actually be a screw-up. Maybe the boom and bust where after abortions were legalized, the crime rate went down. I mean, there's a lot you can say, but I'm not one to tell.
Time's up. Time is done. Time's expired.